On May 3rd, 2022, Caysen-Allison allegedly stabbed Jose, a.k.a. Joe Ramirez, sending him to the hospital. He died later that day. Police took Allison into custody, charging him with murder the next day. He was held on $1 million bond for about a month. He bonded out in July of 2022 after his bond was reduced.
The murder trial of a former Belton High School student. Suspect Caysen-Allison is accused of fatally stabbing fellow student Joe Ramirez in a Belton High bathroom back in 2022.
This comes after several trial delays in almost 3 years since the incident. 6 News reporter Sydney Walker was back at the courthouse. Sydney, what was today like?
Followed was Allison pleading not guilty. The witnesses were called to testify today, but overall today gave us a clearer picture of what went down in Belton High School hallways that May 3rd day. The prosecutor began in their opening statements revealing there is a recording of the incident. They also said that the conflict between Joe and Caysen began after an incident at a prom after party and that Joe swung at Caysen first, accompanied by 4 others in that bathroom. The defense countered by saying that Allison was not guilty of murder because, quote, Caysen survived what could have very well been death or bodily injury by a group beatdown. The defense also made a motion to exclude photo and video evidence, which was denied by Judge Faulkner. The jury also saw security footage of the Belton High School hallways showing the students entering the bathroom and running out. This included video of Ramirez running out with a trail of blood behind him and eventually collapsing. Several witnesses took the stand today, including 911 dispatcher Amy Retz, security officer Philip Douglas Taylor, and teachers who responded to the scene.
2 staff members, 2 students, and a parent. In one of those calls, a girl identified Caysen, claiming she saw him running through the parking lot with a bloody nose. They then played security footage from several cameras showing Joe and 3 others walking into a bathroom, Caysen and another boy walking in shortly after. 5 boys, including Joe, then ran out of the bathroom and split up, with Caysen once again running out shortly after. We also saw footage of Joe running down the main hallway, bleeding onto the floor and then collapsing. Blood immediately began to pool as teachers and staff worked to get to Joe said, quote, his breathing was rapid and shallow. It appeared to me as if he had a punctured lung. Another witness, the school nurse, said they gasped when they cut open Joe's shirt, finding a gaping wound across his left chest. She also shared that a student that had been in the bathroom was brought to the nurse's office and was on the phone with his mom saying, quote, Caysen stabbed Joe. Now at this time,
Ramirez. Allison is facing a murder charge of murdering and stabbing former Belton High School classmate Joe Ramirez in 2022. I was in the courtroom today while they played a video of the fight that took place in the bathroom on a cell phone. Another witness to take the stand was one of the boys inside the bathroom at the time of the incident. He was the young man who recorded an 8-second video of the fight. The video shows Joe Ramirez throwing the first punch to Caysen-Allison. That's when Allison is shown swinging back at him with a knife in his right hand. The two can be seen shifting to the corner of the bathroom, continuing to fight. Seconds later, Joe's brother is shown lunging towards Allison's friend, and 4 boys are seen fighting one-on-one fights in that bathroom. During that testimony, the defense asked the witness why he started recording and if Joe liked to have his fights recorded. The witness answered yes. That same witness said it didn't seem like Caysen wanted to fight, and he stopped recording after he heard a scream and got scared. The trial finished.
News 10's Madison Herber was there and has more on how day 4 unfolded.
The friend who was in the bathroom with Allison during the fight, Chris Biddles, and the medical examiner who performed the autopsy on Ramirez testified today. But first, cross-examination resumed on Joe Ramirez's stepbrother, Josh Rios. The defense asked Rios about getting to school on May 3rd, 2022. Rios told the court that a friend brought him. Video from the school parking lot showed Rios arriving to school in the driver's seat. Rios said Ramirez told him that he had a fight with Allison in the parking lot that morning. However, the footage shows no fight happened. It shows Allison walking in front of Rios's car and then walking toward the school entrance, who was 17. When asked to recall those moments in the bathroom again, the defense asked, "You can't say Caysen had no reason to be afraid," to which Rios replied, "I do not believe he was afraid. He could have left the bathroom when he saw us if he was afraid." Rios doubled down on his testimony from yesterday, saying they weren't in the bathroom to fight. It was a pit stop they made some days between classes. The defense came back with, "You didn't try to stop Joe when the fight started?" Rios replied with, "No, sir." After lunch, the court brought in Dr. Grant Hendon from the Dallas County Forensic Sciences Office, where photos of Ramirez's wounds were revealed. The photos showed 4 stab wounds. These images had all of Ramirez's family in tears and covering their eyes. The first one described was the one that eventually killed Ramirez, as the knife caused damage to his left lung, heart, and injury to his coronary artery, which is responsible for blood flow. The second wound was also in the area of the lungs. The third wound were actually 2 wounds connected, meaning the tip of the knife entered in one place and exited in a different place. This wound was on Ramirez's buttocks. The fourth stab wound was on the back of his left forearm. However, the order in which these wounds were obtained can't be confirmed through this report, the defense questioning that it also doesn't determine who was the aggressor.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and first and foremost, I do want to send condolences to the entire family of Joe Ramirez, his close friends, loved ones, anybody who's going through it with that loss, with this being the 3-year anniversary approaching next month of his death and this incident, them having to relive this moment during this trial right here, where they're seeing the autopsy reports, they're seeing photos, videos, and seeing that in real time. They still going through it, and it's affecting them deeply. So most definitely condolences to all of them. God bless Joe Ramirez's soul, and may he rest in peace. And I had a links in the description where you can watch the clips in the beginning and full from Channel 6, 25, and 10 out there in the Belton, Texas area, where this is about, if you don't know, I think like hour above Austin, north of Austin, in the realm of Killeen. So you're getting a lot of Killeen news reports coming from there. And I'll get into the write-up a little bit more in just a second that describes the video that got played in court, as there's footage in this case right here that was presented as evidence and shown in the courtroom to the jury and everyone else of the fight and the stabbing inside of the Belton High School bathroom that day. Now, what I want people to know and understand with these type of things, I told y'all before, opinions, feelings are cool, but at the end of the day, when you slice the pie, the facts are what matters, and it's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. Now, I understand the truth can hurt. I understand the truth can be painful. I understand you want reality to be how you want it to be. But reality is, this is the legal system, this is the justice system, and there are laws that are in place. I don't make the final decision. I have a service that I do. I have a thing that I provide to y'all, and that's to make sure I get y'all the truth with reality, and your opinions is cool. You can feel how you want to feel. In Texas, there is a stand your ground law. There is a law of self-defense. There is a law and penal code in place for these incidents. Now, what can deter that and move that in other ways are the incidents that took place prior. But in a moment, and it's going to be on the jury, everything can be seen as subjective about what you feel. Did it need to go that far or not? Who should have fought who? Who should have stood up and just took the fight like a man? All those things are cool. All those opinions, you can have them. But that ain't how it works in the courtroom. We've seen self-defense laws plenty of times. Now, with Caysen's case, they've talked about this before. They spoke on it, and it was incidents going on before this that might have led to this. They did say he didn't want to fight. The write-up says, the boy who took the video, a friend of Ramirez, then took the stand. He testified that he went with 3 friends, including Ramirez, to the bathroom between first and second period. He knew a fight was about to occur because the energy in the room shifted when Allison walked in. He then confirmed that there had been plans between Allison and Ramirez to fight, but they were meant to take place off campus after school. There was no indication a fight would occur that day in the bathroom. I did anything anyone else would do, the witness said about why he filmed the fight. There was a fight happening. In cross-examination, he revealed to the defense that Ramirez liked having his fights recorded. He said he deleted the video because he was scared of what had happened. Then it says the video was then shown. In it, Ramirez can be seen swinging at Allison first. Allison then retaliates, swinging with the knife in his right hand. Two other boys began fighting, causing Allison and Ramirez to be partially out of frame. The video ends with Allison in a corner with Ramirez in front of him, and a yell coming from Ramirez. They then go into speaking to another witness who was telling these guys, or telling at least Caysen-Allison, or whichever one, hey man, y'all don't need to do this. Y'all graduation is coming up. People knew that this fight was going to be taking place. They even said it was put up on Snapchat, that they had already knew, hey, we going to get to it. It was supposed to happen there, but they came into the bathroom at the same time, and it went up. Turned into a 2-on-2 fight at that moment. Now, the defense is saying this was coming to a jumping. Caysen felt like, hey man, they're going to attack all of us. It's going to be a jumping. Video footage shows it's one guy, him and him. He pulls out a knife, and then it's the other guy and the other guy in that incident. They got out the frame a little bit from what the video footage is saying. It's going to be on the jury, y'all. Tell you why. They talked about this before. They had communication about it before. The witness is saying what happened before. Now, I told y'all already, in regards to the other case, Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf, it's when you go and you approach somebody, you have to keep your hands off of them, bro. Because at that point in time, it can turn to a self-defense situation. No matter, you can say proportional force or anything like that, or pushing doesn't negate the fact that, bro, it takes you to have a stand your ground law. Wasn't really on that with you. It wasn't that deep, and it wasn't that, or you have to tell somebody, hey, I'm gonna come stab you tomorrow. But if you give somebody a warning, hey man, don't touch me, don't play with me, hey, don't put your hands on me, that's you letting them know, hey, I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be, hey, that's it. Y'all can see it how y'all want to see it in these cases. It all boils down to innocent until proven guilty, and also the stand your ground law, and also, did you intentionally go in there with the knife? Were you understood, and did you agree to combat and then took it to a knife? That's going to be for the jury to decide, y'all. That ain't for me to decide. I hate that these incidents are happening like this. This is the second stabbing. In this case, you got Caysen-Allison, you got Joe Ramirez. I most definitely would never want Joe Ramirez or any young dude to go out brutally like that, stabbed to death multiple times in this case. But we got to come on here and educate. Keep your hands to yourself. You know, they going to point out, oh, he liked to fight. He wanted his fights recorded. He had a fight before this and things. All that's cool. But that's to paint the character to the jury. That's what that's about. Did he have the right to come with the knife? Was he justified in having a knife? You can feel how you want to feel about it. It's all about the jury at the end of the day. The self-defense laws are the self-defense laws. But what we're not going to act like here is that self-defense only works when you want it to work. You get what I'm saying? Or do we need to go deeper? We've seen self-defense worked throughout this country for several cases that are documented. Bro, if you approach me in any way and I'm in harm, that's technically self-defense. Now, there are things where it can be premeditated, where it's an understanding. We already had an argument, and then once we meet up, you take it to the level of poking me up, and I'm not poking you up and things like that. The size of the person, all that matters. The force, the weight difference, it's all about what the jury decides, y'all. So I'm just telling you. And when I brought up Carmelo Anthony case, when I did that last video, I already knew that this stabbing case right here was going on as well. And I wanted y'all to know and understand, we ain't saw no video footage from that Carmelo Anthony case. We ain't saw no footage of evidence that's going to be presented. They haven't even officially indicted Carmelo Anthony. I just asked y'all the real. Wait till the facts come out. But the reason why I said what I said in that video that I made was to let y'all know it's been 2 weeks now. Y'all see how he was able to get his bar reduced as well? This is nothing new. This is how this works. But they sent threats out there now to the judge. They sent death threats to Carmelo Anthony and his family. I see him on the internet myself. I see y'all in the comments of my last video. Y'all even going at me for speaking the truth. I got to come give y'all the real and reality. Why do we need to be fake and put a Band-Aid on these conversations, bro? Like this stuff don't exist. Like hate don't exist in the world or online. People don't make death threats. Y'all want us to act like this thing ain't racial out here in Texas. Are we serious? Not even just Texas, the entire world, but especially America. Why do we have to play dumb? And I'm not saying that the incident was racial. You can feel how you feel about that. The facts will come out, or what's meant to come out. But the after effect is all about race. Let's stop playing dumb. I'm not going to be fake with y'all, bro. Y'all can be weak. Y'all can be lame. It can hurt your feelings. But we know how this world works, my nigga. Don't make it not work when you want to work in your favor, who you like more, what do you feel is justified. The law is the law, man. The law is the law. In this case, they did talk about this before. It's on the jury to make that decision. Carmelo Anthony case, I stand on what I said. Obviously, the Frisco PD, also in Texas, they haven't moved what the grand jury hasn't chose the indictment yet. They haven't indicted them on this case. And I say it don't take 2 weeks when you got, if it's clear cut right there. So I say it's more going on. I feel like they waiting to tell everybody, hey man, we either gonna have to go with a lesser charge or he's gonna be going free. Because of the simple fact, if everything is if it can be proven that you put your hands on that man, you sent anything that can be a threat his way, you way bigger than him, you're not a law, you're not an authority of law to go put your hands on nobody. You're not an authority of law to tell nobody nothing. You're not an authority of law to force somebody out of a position. So once you put their hands on them, no matter how y'all feel about the force, he stabbed her one time as in, hey, get off me, I'm gone. That just is what that is, bro. I hate this for all these families involved in these type of incidents. We got to communicate with this younger generation that's in their teenagers. Man, keep your hands to yourself. We know that that's an error. We all went through these younger decisions and mindsets where people get fights and it's cool to record and that's what kids gonna do. But now we talking knives. We talking people losing their lives. And I went to school with people that lost their life. Most definitely. It's a hurtful thing to see. You don't want it at all. But we have to start telling kids, communicate and keep your hands to yourself to avoid everybody staying out of these courtrooms or facing death in the grave or these prison yards, man. But I'm not finna come on here and sugarcoat nothing to y'all. I'm not finna come on here to lie to y'all. Y'all can take that how y'all want to take that. I have a service I provide. I'm going to get the real narrative, as in the facts out there, and you're not going to push me to believe what you want me to believe. We'll see what happens. Most definitely condolences to the entire family, again, to Joe Ramirez and also to the family of Austin Metcalf with these two incidents happening. And prayers up to everybody involved who's going through it. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.